Hello.
Hey,
How are you
I
doing?
didn't realize this was a video interview or anything. I thought we were just having a chat.
All good. No rush.
Just one sec. Uh, Nothing special.
No, we're good, man. Don't worry about it.
Really? Okay with the mic and stuff?
Yeah, we're money. Don't stress
Okay.
it. Looking good.
Okay.
Thank you so much for taking the time to jump on, man. Appreciate you. Um Pump, man. I know we've got a big competition coming up soon, right? It's actually going to be
Yep.
streaming live on millions.co as well, which is where we're having this chat right now. So we're pumped for that live stream, but how are you feeling leading up to the competition?
I'm really excited for it, honestly. It's kind of been it's kind of a redemption thing. I don't know how much of my background you know about, especially with me and RVJ. The last time we saw each other was for another league, and it was a very close match. It was back and forth. He won one, I won one, and right down to the last match where we both had nothing, and he just pulled out the right move and shot his whole body on my arm and pressed me, and I was like, oh, I didn't even. It was just so blown up, and yeah, it was interesting. But I mean, technically, I still have the winning record on him. I beat him more times than he's beat me in total, but it's going to be a tough match regardless.
Exciting matchup. No, this is great, man. I feel like the storyline needs another clash, and
Yeah, for sure.
we're definitely revved up to watch it go down, man. But that's cool. I am curious to know about like what was the defining moment for you when you realized like I've got this real talent literally in my hand and in my body for arm wrestling. What was that defining moment for you?
Oh, good question. It would have happened early on. I mean, I've been arm wrestling for 30 plus years. I started when I was a young kid, like uh, 13 or so, just competing at um, like winter carnivals in my area, small town. And there was an arm wrestling tournament. I tried it out, won, and so that was my first experience arm wrestling was winning, which is I like winning, of course. And it just kind of blew up from there. My family ended up moving, connecting with a guy my age who just happened to have his uncle. His name is Neville Beachy. Um, way back in the day, was very involved in arm wrestling, and started training with him. And he kind of took me under his wing, showed me some stuff, started bringing me to like real events, and I've been doing well ever since. I've always done really well with it. Always placed, I pretty much always placed. So kind of a natural talent right from the beginning. What was your question again? Did I go off on a tangent there or
No,
what?
I love it. I love it. No, that's a
Okay.
great story. My question was literally just what was the defining moment for you, and I feel like that defining moment was kind of just going into the competitions at the carnivals, having that first win, and being like,
Yeah.
"Yep, I'm talented at this. I'm going to keep rocking with it."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess a true defining moment was one day so I never really top rolled at the beginning. I was just a quick shoot press, like really fast, like super fast. Um, and then was trying to learn how to top roll, couldn't quite grasp it, especially at an event, maybe on practice table. And then I was at this one event, and I was actually competing against Neville. He ended up being in my class, and I don't know what it was. I mean, I practiced with him so much that I kind of was, I guess it was familiar with me. So I tried to top roll him, and I did, and I pinned him. So that was it was pretty epic moment that at that time beating your trainer. Yeah, that was a big turning point for me.
That sounds like the defining moment. Beating your trainer
Yeah, I
is
think so.
crazy too. Did you have a change of mind after that and rethink who was training you? Or did you stick with the man?
No, I stuck with him. Well, we moved and stuff. So after that, I had different teams over the years and trained with Ottawa in Ottawa with Devin for quite a few years too. and then the Valley High Hookers, which is another branch of the Ottawa High Hookers. So I've been around lots. Just yeah, so many people involved with my progress in the sport.
Of course, love that. No, that's an
Yeah,
awesome moment, man. And obviously, the journey is ongoing, and there's so many people that need to kind of you need to be around to learn such a high level skill and just test your skills versus other people. But no, that's super cool, man.
yeah.
Is there like I'm sure there's a ton, and maybe you went through just one or two of them just now, but are there any other super impactful or memorable moments so far from your throughout your career that you kind of always look back to and were like, wow, that was actually a great moment for me?
Yeah, there's so many.
I
It's
bet.
hard to nail them down. It's like uh, after some events, being on that main stage and all the eyes and cameras and stuff on you, the high you get from that is just crazy. But that the one match with RVJ was probably one of the tip top kind of pinnacles. With Bruce Buffer was announcing us, and it was long back and forth matches. I'm not known for hook matches, and I was in a hook with RBJ, who was pretty known for hook and his massive biceps, and beat him in a hook. So that whole thing there was pretty epic for me for sure. But
Unreal.
there's lots over the years for sure.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Surely there's a ton, but thank you for giving us a sneak peek into that one specific moment.
Yeah.
Not only with all those eyes in that big stage, but we love Big Bruce. Big Bruce is a co-founder here at Millions, and will
Oh, cool.
definitely be likely tuning in to the arm wrestling match. So that'll be cool for that to come for full circle as well. But um, awesome. Are there any other kind of arm wrestlers in the realm that you really look to and enjoy watching or just enjoy in general their game?
Anyone specific? Like, I mean, there's always all the big name guys, but I always like to bring it back to my own team. Just like seeing some of these guys that, I could not knowing how to arm wrestle at all, going from just having a passion for the sport to progressing and being one like a top competitor. It's phenomenal. Like someone like on our team uh, BLM. So Brendan Lemon Mulvihill, just as a young kid, joined our team. Had a kind of a tough life, and he leaned on arm wrestling to help him through. The camaraderie in the team is phenomenal in this sport. Um, and to see him progress over the years to being literally a top competitor now. And there's all kinds of stories like that, and I could go on and on. I mean, I was a youth counselor for a long time too, so I really believe in this sport. I actually used to bring some of the kids that I worked with to the Ottawa High Hooker practices, and these guys don't like again they don't come from very good backgrounds, and to see them be able to put some effort into something and progress pretty quickly was really helpful in their confidence and stuff like that. It's and the fact that the guys all just kind of put them under their wing, right? Like all of a sudden you have all these friends that you didn't have before. That's one thing about the sport that I find really phenomenal is that it's the only sport you can go to and someone could beat you, and then right after they'll be like, "Well, next time this is what you should try." You know what I mean? Like you need to work on this and this, and it's phenomenal. We're all like, yes, we want to kill each other at the table for sure, but after that, best buds almost every time.
That's amazing, and
Yeah,
that's beautiful because it's a solo sport. It's an individual sport. You got to get up there at the end of the day, step to the table, and perform. But you talked
yeah,
about the importance of the camaraderie and the team kind of aspect, the community aspect, and how like again, you come in as strangers, you leave as best buds and people that you genuinely enjoy being around. So I feel like that's something really cool that a lot of people probably don't realize about the sport is like there is a ton of teamwork and camaraderie that goes into arm wrestling, and we only get to see what happens at the table, right? So
right, right. And even in that, you don't see a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Of course.
it's one of those sports that you don't know all the fine things that are going on at that table. It just looks like two guys going, going into it, and then you're hoping your guy's gonna win. But there's so much to this sport. Like, again, I've been arm wrestling for 30 plus years, and I still learn stuff all the time. It really is great for that, for sure.
That's awesome. What are some tips you would give to a young arm aspiring arm wrestler? Like, I've spoken to a couple great arm wrestlers recently, and a lot, like you guys are all telling me, I've got a dude years of experience, a ton of experience, and I feel like that's a common trend. So I am curious to hear from a vet, from someone who's done an amazing job in the sport. Any advice you'd give to the younger generation?
Find a team, get in there and just keep grinding. Like, um, at the beginning, the thing that's about arm wrestling is at the beginning when you first start, like, I don't know, over the years I've seen so many really strong guys, like, in the gym, powerlifting and stuff like that, come to an arm wrestling practice because they're interested, because they're like, I'm strong, I'm going to try arm wrestling. And you see all this stuff nowadays on YouTube and social media. But then it doesn't take very long for them to come down quite a few notches, because it's quite a different sport. And then the pain associated with it, the deep tendon and arm pain. So those big gym guys don't know really what they're getting into at the beginning, so they can't handle the pain, and then they can't work out in the gym afterwards. So they're like, it's not for me. But so just be prepared for what you're getting into. Like, it's going to be there's going to be some painful moments in the sport for sure, but if you put the time in, you'll get there. Like, especially, and even that with techniques and stuff like that, people don't pick this stuff up right away. Like, I just told a story about my top roll. That's my primary move now, and at the beginning, for the first, I don't know how many years it was, probably 2 or 3 years, I couldn't grasp it. Like, I couldn't get it to move, because I had a move that worked really well, and it was a quick press. So, again, you just have to put your time in, have a good team, slow things down, work with them, and train your weaknesses too. So often I find the other thing too is it's hard to break people of old habits. So they feel really strong in a certain position, and usually it is kind of a press, shoulder press kind of position. Um, but you got to kind of leave that behind, and open your eyes to different moves, and you'll feel really weak. And that's the part that I think a lot of people struggle with, is that they don't feel strong, and they came to the sport because they feel strong. So yes, you don't feel strong, but once you grasp these techniques and these angles, you will be able to connect to that strength that you have, and then you'll progress like crazy. So, time, you got to put the time in. Don't give it up so quick. I know nowadays, especially with a lot of the social media, the hype is up. So people are like, "Oh, I'm going to try that," and then they're in and out. You got to put time in.
Time is critical. I love it. No, that's some great advice, man, for sure. Um, Interesting. Awesome. Well, I do want to get into some quick fire questions, some rapid fire work. But before we do that, you are going to be competing on Global Elite Arm Wrestling, as we talked about. Tell me about how pumped you are to compete there. I know it's in September. We've got some time, but man, we're stoked to kind of have that streaming on our platform, and kind of keen to hear about how pumped you are as well.
Yeah, I'm always excited. I've been involved with almost most leagues that have existed, really. So Global Elite being a new league, I like the excitement of that, because everybody's super hyped. They're going to make this, huge event. They're putting all their effort into it, and it's super exciting as an athlete to feel that and see that. Usually, that in those cases, they really want to show them what's what. So, I know I'm probably going to get treated really well, and they're going to want to make me look good as well as the other arm wrestlers. So that's exciting. Having good camera angles and stuff like that, and making you look good. But the the hype too, with you guys being involved, and all the social media stuff that's going on. I love the hype. I live for that stuff. that's part of the one of the big things that really kept me in this sport. Yes, I enjoy competing, but I love being this on stage and having that camera in your face. It just pushes you to a whole nother level. Like you just really push your body. So yes, super excited to see what Global Elite's gonna what's gonna happen with them, or what they're gonna put out. From what I've seen, it looks amazing, and yeah, I'm excited. Can't wait.
We're pumped for it, my man. No, that's awesome. And I feel like life is about pushing our boundaries, right? Like we have, there's obviously daily things that we got to do and habits and just regularities, but like the thrill of life, the peak human body comes when you are pushing those boundaries and kind of performing at the highest level in whatever regard that means to you and whatever practice that may be. So no, I love that you touched on that. um cool. Yeah, before we jump to the quick fire, do you mind just letting everyone know if you can't attend in person, you can stream the event live on millions.co.
Yeah, that's if you can't be there, obviously being there is going to be better than anything. But if you can't be there, stream is really awesome too because the cameras are right there, and they're getting angles that you probably won't catch at the event. Mind you, it's a trade-off for the vibes of the event. That's the part that I live for. Just the crowd screaming and yelling, it just gets me so fired up. But yeah, if you can't be there, definitely if you're interested in arm wrestling, getting the live stream is going to be well worth it.
Where can they watch it, my man? Where will we be streaming that? Millions.
With you guys, millions.com,
Millions.co.
.co. Okay,
Got it.
minus the M, millions.co.
Love it, man. Awesome. Thank you so much. No, we're pumped to watch it go down. I have that date circled on my calendar. I'm super fired up, dude. So everyone's got to tune in, but let's jump over into some rapid fire questions. Who is your favorite athlete outside of arm wrestling?
That's a great question. I don't actually watch a lot of sports, to be honest with you, outside of arm wrestling. Um, I don't. I really don't. Outside of arm wrestling, I'd probably say Devin Larratt because you did boxing and fishing and stuff like that. Like, but yeah, that
That's
I couldn't tell you another athlete actually that I'm excited about.
no worries, man. Hey, if you're immersed in your sport and what you're doing, I mean that's proof's in the pudding.
Truly,
That's why you're great at what you do.
thanks. I truly am.
Love it, man. Give me if you could give me a Mount Rushmore of arm wrestlers, the greatest four ever. Who would you add to it?
The greatest four. Well, Devin Larratt's going to be on there for sure. Todd Hutchings, John Brzenk has to be up there as well. And what's a third or fourth? There's so many. I want to be up there. Put me in, coach.
That's okay. Hey, we'll leave that up there. We'll put you in
Yeah.
there. Love it. Do you have a favorite meal after competition
After competition?
or before, like a celebratory?
Before?
Okay.
Well, before I tend to like if I have to cut weight and stuff like that, as soon as I get weighed in, I'm on the pasta or something high carbs, high glucose kind of stuff. After the meal, not really, man. I probably hadn't eaten most of the day. It's just whatever I can get at the time because it's usually ends up being a later day or whatever, and then everybody's kind of partying and stuff. So
Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, who's your dream matchup? If you could pick one person, it's a dream person that you'd be going up against, who would it be?
dream person. So I don't have to necessarily think I can beat them, right?
No, it could be
I
anyone.
don't. Geez, I don't know. Um, I don't know. Right now, RVJ is a dream matchup for me. Honestly, I didn't think we were going to get back to that again. Over the years, he kind of wasn't in the sport for a while. Now he's back and he's looking great. So it's that's my dream match right now. Honestly,
Love it. Hey, that's amazing because it's locked in. Date, time is locked in, and you're just working towards a dream matchup, man. That's awesome.
absolutely.
Love it. Well, that's all I got for you today, my man. I wanted to thank you so much for taking the time. Actually, no, I did have one more for you because I did see your Instagram and I did want to ask you about your name. Tell me the story behind your nickname?
Well, like I told you right from the beginning, I've been a fast hitter. I've been all about getting it done real quick. So uh, I never gave. You don't give yourself a nickname. That's a no-no. So in my team back in the day, actually, it was with the High Hookers, Ottawa. Um, uh, who gave me my name? It wasn't Devin. It was shoot. What? Oh, it was Ian Carnegie. Ian Carnegie, who's actually was just at his event. He had his own event just recently, and I was at his event. Yeah, he gave it to me, and it would just kind of happen organically, which is awesome because that's the way you want to get a nickname, right? Like you don't want you can't push that stuff. You can't be like, oh, I'm gonna call myself Thor or something. You know what I mean? Like it's always the best way to get it. And it was really fitting to the point where, like, I mean, I got a Hitman tattoo right here. That's a Hitman logo. It's my only tattoo, my first ever tattoo. I've always wanted one, and I was like, oh, what can I put on my body that's going to be there forever? You know what I mean? At the time, and that's a logo from from the movie. So yeah, or the game, I guess too.
That's awesome. No, I love that. Beautiful. Well, love the tattoo. We are so pumped to watch you get back on stage in September. Pleasure chatting with you. Hope to chat with you again maybe before the event. But thanks again for your time and have an amazing day.
You too. Thanks a lot.
Take care. Thanks, Alan.
See ya.